Be sure to check out my second channel called Rob Explains. There you can check out videos where I explain things outside of comic books. So with many fans claiming to have seen Eternity in the Ant-Man film, and with director Peyton Reed stating that this is one of the many possibilities, what I want to do here is have a discussion on his character. And what I'm hoping is that by the end of this video you'll have a better understanding of his role in the Marvel Universe, and more importantly, why the appearance of Eternity is such a big deal. So because I can't find any information for why it was that Eternity was made, I decided that I would throw my opinion in here with regards to his creation. Created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby and initially appearing in Strange Tales issue number 138 in September of 1965, Eternity was the first being introduced in Marvel Comics as a cosmic entity. While the Stranger did appear a few months prior and seemed to exist on a cosmic level, his initial introduction came with no information regarding his purpose or role in Marvel Comics aside from collecting powerful individuals for study. Because the Strange Tales series was a way for Marvel to introduce Doctor Strange and by extension, delve into Eastern culture and concepts of mysticism, and with the Silver Age of comics rapidly expanding the lineup of Earthbound characters like Captain America, Iron Man, and Spider-Man, the stories of Doctor Strange provided Marvel with the best outlet regarding the introduction of strange and interesting concepts, as well as expanding on the Marvel Universe beyond the planet Earth. In addition to this, when looking back at Marvel's introduction of heroes, villains, and a multitude of concepts, a kind of organization is always established in terms of groups, who belongs and doesn't belong to those groups, and the purpose that all things serve. As an example, all mutants are either part of the X-Men or in some capacity consistently deal with the X-Men. Take for example the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants or Factor 3, both of which exist as allies and enemies to the X-Men team. Conversely, the purpose of mutants in relation to us as the reader is how they cope with the struggle of various forms of oppression at the hands of religious groups, hate groups, and even the federal government. Non-mutant beings with superpowers follow the same pattern encompassing the Avengers or some variation therein like the Defenders, and deal with their own issues ranging from global threats to humanitarian efforts. With this in mind, it would stand to reason that if Marvel was going to introduce a pantheon of cosmic beings, these de facto gods would have to have a ranking system of most powerful to least powerful, have some measure of relatability, and serve a purpose in and of themselves. And to this end, Eternity exists as the most powerful cosmic entity in the Marvel Universe, with a different version existing in each of the universes of Marvel's multiverse. Representing all that encompasses the universe, from individuals to planets to galaxies and everything in between, Eternity also represents the passage of time from the point the universe came into existence to the point at which it would meet its end, whenever that happened to be. As a byproduct of this, while each version of Eternity in their respective universe has incredible power, they're actually a result of their own universe's formation. What this means is that with the Infinity Gauntlet's ability to control all facets of the universe, for example, this means that the person wielding the Infinity Gauntlet has the ability to overpower and control Eternity itself. Think about it this way. If the universe is a glass of water, Eternity represents the water in the glass. A person wielding the Infinity Gauntlet can manipulate that glass of water by changing its shape, eliminating part of it, or in some capacity, manipulating it. So Marvel doesn't make it easy for us to decipher the origin of Eternity in the mainstream Marvel Universe. Because there is no singular story of how everything came into existence, what we're going to have to do here is delve into different stories from different characters. Starting with Adventures of the X-Men issue number 12, Marvel establishes that all of the characters that exist in the current reality referred to as Earth 616 existed in the previous reality designated Earth 0. While we're not given an in-depth explanation of what this continuity was like, what we are told is that at some point, a being called the Dweller in Darkness, a demon that fed off the fear of others, created a fracture in the Imkron crystal, the nexus of all realities in the multiverse. With the energies expanding at an uncontrollable rate and knowing that this would lead to the destruction of the Earth Zero continuity, the Dweller in Darkness sought to feed on the fear of the inhabitants with the ending of the universe in order to be born into the Earth 616 universe with absolute power. In an effort to keep this from happening, but with the destruction of the universe unavoidable, the Phoenix Force of Earth Zero bound all minds together in peace, rendering the Dweller in Darkness completely powerless. From here, we jump to the Mighty Thor Volume 1, issue number 169. What we're told is that at the same time that the Dweller in Darkness was being defeated, a being named Galen was attempting to discover the reason for why the Earth serial continuity was ending. While Galen had attributed its destruction to a force he couldn't identify or comprehend, and with the universe collapsing in on itself, Thanos Volume 1 Issue Number 3 tells us that the Earth Zero version of Eternity placed Galen in a cocoon of sorts that allowed him to be reborn into Earth 616. Once the ending of the Earth Zero continuity completed and the Earth 616 universe came into existence, all of this reality was formed, and with it came both Galactus as well as Eternity, the embodiment of all there is. So as a representation of the universe itself, Eternity is an essential part of the Marvel cosmology. While a hands-on approach almost never happens, events like Infinity Gauntlet require Eternity to act since the survival of the universe itself was perceived to be at stake. However, from time to time, Eternity will act on behalf of individuals even when the outcome has no detrimental effect on the universe. As an example, during the trial of Reed Richards in Fantastic Four issue number 262, Galactus had previously helped the Fantastic Four defeat a being named Terrax. Drained of his energies and nearly starving, Reed provided Galactus with the sustenance necessary to live. The result was that because Galactus consumes worlds, has killed billions of people and will continue to do so, Reed is put on trial for allowing Galactus to live. Appearing in order to provide those involved with an understanding of how the universe works, Eternity provides everyone with cosmic awareness, allowing them to realize that Galactus is an intricate part of the universe itself, and that his existence is a necessity, regardless of the number of people that he kills. Now, in terms of the Marvel films, we know that Eternity was one of the beings responsible for creating the Infinity Stones, as was explained in Guardians of the Galaxy. The suspected appearance of Eternity in Ant-Man provides us with a couple of important facts. The first is that Thanos' possession of the Infinity Gauntlet would have universe-wide effects, and the second is that it establishes a much larger continuity involving the Macroverse and possibly even the Living Tribunal. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and bring this video to an end. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.